Alright, so thank you for having me in your school. My name is Beth Brown. I am a professional photographer. I am also a breakthrough coach. But I want to do this presentation for you. So this is really not going to be probably a traditional career day presentation. This is really for you. So I'm going to share a few thoughts, and then I'm going to give you all the opportunity because we're just getting to know each other. I don't know exactly what your questions are or your interests are, and I want to have you have the opportunity to direct how this goes. I want to start by first saying thank you for your time, your attention, and I also want to share with you that each one of you in this room is very significant. I know that high school can be really tough. Also, once you go out and in your careers, in your professions, you're going to have really rough days. But no matter what profession you're in, keep pushing through it. You are significant, and if you need proof of that, you can look right now at your fingertips. You can even look at your partner, your seat partner's fingertips, and compare, and you will see that each one of you literally have a different fingerprint, which means, this is a health institute, right, school? That means that each one of you literally becomes a cardiac specialist. Each one of you is a top tier cardiac specialist. You may end up in the exact same profession, doing the exact same thing. Your work as a cardiac specialist is going to be super significant compared to her work. Her work is also going to be significant, but you each as a cardiac specialist will have your own unique way of what you bring to the world and your patients. So let me tell you a little bit about myself to give you an example about what you mean. Like I shared at the beginning, I'm a professional photographer. Probably almost everyone in this room has met at least one professional photographer, right? There's thousands of us in New York City, right? But what makes me different, right, is as a professional photographer, what I give to my clients. Also as a coach, there are millions of coaches around the world. But what makes me as a coach significant, and that is how, so I have my talents, right? As a photographer, I make someone look great in front of the camera. As a coach, I use my teaching skills. I'm a trained teacher. I was a teacher for 20 years. My name is Beth. So as a coach, I use my teaching skills to help people elevate their lives, specifically after trauma or heartbreak. But what makes me unique and significant is that through my photography and through my coaching, I am encouraging people. I'm helping people feel confident about themselves. So how I'm making my clients feel, the transformation I'm giving my clients, by empowering them to feel significant themselves, by giving them confidence. I've had people show up on photo shoots and be like, I don't like photos of me, and they want to hide. I have one client, he paid an entire photo shoot up front. He didn't even do a deposit. He just paid the whole thing, and he waited 1 full year and like 2 months or 3 months before he actually got in front of my camera. And then he had fun. But sometimes people will put things off, right? Because they don't feel like really comfortable for whatever reason, and that's okay. But once they get in front of me and once they work with me, the way I make them feel, that's actually my purpose. That's what makes me different as a photographer and as a coach, is what I'm giving to my clients. So whatever it is that when you grow up and get into, well, I shouldn't say grow up. You guys are actually grown up. I'm sorry. But like when you go out into your career, like I said, even if each one of you is literally a cardiac world-renowned specialist, each one of you will be special in your own unique way. So I want to take the rest of my time to answer any questions that you have about either photography, entrepreneurship, coaching, like any questions that you all have. So I want to make make sure that this answers your questions and meets what you're curious about. Yes? So the thing about average salary, that's a really good question. So entrepreneurship is not easy. It is not a stable income. You have to have a very strong focus on just like day-to-day process. So it's not I don't have an average salary, but what I do is I have my rates. So you can, I think the average national salary for photography might be like mid-60s, but I could be wrong. I set my hourly rate, so you can make as little or as much as you want with it. I have an hourly rate for event photo coverage, which is $80 an hour. If someone is a nonprofit organization, it's $50 an hour. That might sound like a lot of money, that I make $80 an hour, which is like way above like $17.50, I think, which is the minimum wage, right? But that is, not only do I show up at a birthday event and take everyone's fun time, I then have to go home, put it up on my computer, and go through the photos, eliminate the ones where people's eyes are closed or things didn't work right, and spruce them up. So people are paying me not just for my time during the event that I'm doing the photo shoot for, but also my time in post-production. So you want to, whatever it is that you go into, say you do become a photographer, when you price your packages, the same thing. You can go to, actually, if you go to photography, please, and go to photo packages. So there's a lot of post-production. So these are like my packages, and you might be like, almost $3,000, what the heck? But you're paying for, people are paying for my expertise, right? Like the skill, but it's not just, there's a lot of photographers who can also charge $3,000 and provide the same package, right? You're getting like print credits, like there's different features, right? You can scroll down a little bit more because there's also like, there's 4 main packages, but then I can customize everything depending on like what a client wants, right? So there's like ranges, right? If I had 5 people book my top tier package versus, it would take me a lot longer for this small package to stack against my top tier package. But so entrepreneurship, it's not like a set salary. And that was a good question. Did I answer your question? You're welcome. Yes.
What genre of photos do you take?
So the genre of photography that I focus in on, I love people, so I'm a portrait photographer. So that does provide like a bit of a range. I started out as a headshot photographer. I still do headshots. It's a type of portrait, but I also do a lot of, the photobomb and straight photos. So these are like, a lot of what I do is branding. So the woman in the red dress, she hired me to do a branding shoot for her. So for her brand, that's what it's like, posed in her gown. She's trying to speak to her ideal client to get them into her business. And then this woman here, she was looking for actually just a content for her website, but she's an actress, but she was looking for some like creative. She literally hired me to do a black and white shoot. So yes, but mostly I'm involving portraits. And I will want to say that don't let what you think your skill level or whatever it is stop you. So my very first client, as a photographer, did not know he was my very first client. So I was like, I'm going to do photography. So I used to live in Rochester, New York. And when I was in Rochester, I assisted a wedding photographer. So that's how I started like learning just how to shoot. And I didn't go to school for it. My background, my educational training background is in education and sociology and French. Totally aside. But that's what I'm saying, like as a person, like you are unique. So that you're gonna have all these different unique skills that you're gonna be able to bring into whatever you end up going into as your career. But yes, so I started training, assisting a wedding photographer, and then I came to New York City, and I needed some additional income. So anyway, I found myself at a film set, and I was doing like BTS, behind the scenes. Oh, BTS!
Oh.
Not the bands! Not the bands, but yes, BTS is like behind the scenes. Yeah. So I was doing BTS work and just taking photos of the actors on the set, and I was doing it for free. Sometimes you have to work for free, especially when you're an entrepreneur, to like get your foot in the door and make connections. It happens. And so one of the actors was like, "Do you do headshots?" And in my brain, I'm like, "I've never done a headshot in my life. I don't know how to do a headshot." And I said, "Yes, I do." And in my brain, I was like, "Oh, I do headshots now." And so, like about 2 weeks later, we did his headshots. And he got a lot of casting calls out of the deal. But what I'm saying to you is, don't fake it till you make it. It's not about faking it. I did know that I would be able to figure it out. I had a camera. I had training. I had worked with someone. Like I knew what to do. I just never done it before, so I just didn't share with him that I was charging him money for something. I mean, he paid me to do it, but I was not charging him these prices. But yeah, so take what you know and know that whatever it is that you know, the skills you have, and you can use it, and then just keep going and building on it. So yes, does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.